Hey guys, we're in Psalm 27 and it's been a joy. It's such a powerful, it starts out with the Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? Then it says, wait for the Lord, be strong and let your heart take courage. Yes, wait for the Lord. Psalm 3 verse 3 says that he's the glory and the lifter of our head. As we seek him, he's going to affect our disposition, our outlook. You know, there are people that have profound wealth and yet they're nervous. There are people that are hugely popular and famous and feel lonely. There are highly effective and accomplished people who are concerned that it's never really enough and it's never good enough. There's a settledness that comes. And no, I don't think it's the opiate of the people. I think it's the multiple vitamin and protein of the people. I mean, God is so interested in connecting with us. He doesn't sedate us. He doesn't overstimulate us. He loves us. And he invites us to draw these conclusions. And as we meditate on the scriptures and we read this Psalm of David, who really had been there, done that, you know, his thing. I mean, look, we see his achievements, we see his heart after God, but we also see the lapse he had in a season of his life that was deplorable, it's terrible. And it reminds us that all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God from Adam and Eve on, except for Jesus, who never sinned, but became a sin substitute for us. He's most significant as Messiah and as Savior and as Redeemer. And to get under the shadow of his wing is the safe place. It's a secret place that's not hidden from us, it's hidden for us. And what I'm reading here now is chapter 27, verse 7 through 10. He says, hear, O Lord, when I cry with my voice, and be gracious to me and answer me. When you said, seek my face, my heart said to you, your face, O Lord, I shall seek. Do not hide your face from me. Do not turn your servant away in anger. You have been my help. Do not abandon me nor forsake me, O God of my salvation. Now this is interesting. Seek my face. I know, I learned when I was young, my parents taught me that it was impolite to not make eye contact with people. It's also weird to just stare people down, but in order to have good interaction with others, you turn your face toward them, not away from them, and you seek their face. Where you want to have, what this is saying is come into really specific, centralized, deep, genuine, authentic interaction. And, you know, he said, when you said, seek my face, because God is saying, up here, you know, look full in his wondrous face, and the things of this earth will grow strangely dim in the light of his glorious grace. Turn your eyes upon Jesus. You know, so I think King David, with the contrast of ancient Israel and the armies of Saul, when they were dealing with Goliath in 1 Samuel, it talks about how the people were cowering in the caves and hiding from the Philistine. And I actually, with my wife, we went to that field, and there's no real archaeology there. There are no buildings there. It was a field. It was a battlefield. And there's a hill over here, and there's a hill over here, and there's a brook with stones, and that's where Goliath came and confronted David. Now, here's what I think that I want to get over to you today. The difference between David and Saul and his armies, they were cowering for about a month. David comes in on the scene, and he faces off with Goliath, runs toward the battle line, fueled by this confidence that God was with him. And in fact, he had the advantage of having been, aware that the Lord is my shepherd. I shall not lack. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He'll restore my soul. So, green pastures and quiet waters. There's the brook where you got the 5 stones. There's the verdant field, and yet there's this monster standing in the middle of him. Well, he knew that God would prepare a table for him in the presence of his enemies. So he was in a position where, get this, he was gazing at God and just glancing at the problem. And what happened with the others is they were gazing at the problem and just glancing at God. Boy, that's why seeking God's face, turning our eyes upon Jesus, like that's why I do these devotionals. Hopefully it'll sow that seed and trigger some of that. You can contemplate it, and reading this whole psalm yourself, you're responsible to take hold of it and meditate on it and study it. You're going to find some amazing facets here, that he's our light and our salvation. He's with us in trouble. He invites us into close proximity. And he's just so good, he's so good. And he says, you're the God of my salvation. He won't abandon us. You certainly have been there for me in the past. And boy, do I need you today. That's really, and to seek his face. Seek the Lord while he may be found. Call upon him while he is near. They that wait upon the Lord will gain new strength. So, man, I just want to encourage you, whatever pain in your body, whatever trial and circumstance, whatever fear is trying to loom against you, because, boy, they're all out there. Yet we dwell in the secret place. We abide under his shadow, and that creates security because we know he's our protector. He's faithful. He's our healer. He's faithful. I know a guy grew up in our church that had to have a double lung transplant. It was such a Category 1 miracle. If it was in the days of the Bible, I think it would have been in one of the chapters in the Gospels, how God raised him up like Lazarus. And man, I pray he raises you up out of the miry clay, raises you up out of discouragement, of loneliness, depression, fear. No suicidal thoughts, man. Let's rebuke that stuff. Let's live out our days. Let's pursue God, and let's believe that as we seek his face, we're going to find amazing connection with him. God bless you.